sure that you've heard the phrase, be Christ-like. But what does that actually mean, and how do you embody that? Being Christ-like is very simple, in the sense where the meaning is not complicated. It quite literally is being Christ-like, being like Christ. That's by embodying the traits, the character of Christ. A part of our journey as Christians is becoming more like Christ, becoming more like God. And one of the ways in which that is done is by development of your character, forgiveness, slow to anger, loving, caring. Those are all things that are a part of being Christ-like. Like love your neighbor as yourself, treat others with respect. This is just like a basic human decency, and Christ embodies this. John 13 verse 15 says, I have set an example that you should do as I have done for you. Now this is in the context of Jesus washing his disciples' feet, but you can also apply this more broadly. In 1 John chapter 2, it says, we know that we have come to know him if we keep his commands. Whoever says, I know him, but does not do what he commands is a liar, and the truth is not in that person. But if anyone obeys his word, love for God is truly made complete in them. This is how we know we are in him. Whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did. And that ties into the whole thing of, now how do we become more Christ-like? We understand that being Christ-like is being more like Christ, embodying his traits. But how do we actually be more Christ-like? Here's the thing, the truth is that your character, who you are as a person, is not going to change overnight. If you are angry 24/7, you're not just going to go to sleep, wake up, and not be angry anymore. That's not how that works. It's a development. It's a process. It's a part of the sanctification process. And we have to realize too that because we are humans, we are flawed. I try to be as caring as I can be, but there are times where I'm not. There are times where I might come across as being brash when I'm not meaning to be. That's just how we are. But it's that change, knowing Christ means a change in character, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's a continual thing. And the more that you get to know Christ, the more that you desire to be more like him. There's also a flip side where in an attempt to be loving, they end up being un-Christ-like. I'll give you an example. Gay affirming churches. Yes, while they do love on the people, they also love on their sin. Loving on somebody's sin is not biblical. Yes, Jesus ate with prostitutes, but it was so that they would come to repentance and change, not that they would stay in that lifestyle. At the end of the day, we are lights. The reason why so many people have such a bad view of Christianity is because of what Christians have done. If you're acting amok in the name of Christ, then people are going to look at you, think you're silly, and it also gives Christianity as a broader thing a bad rap. We are lights, and there's this thing about not hiding your light. But our light also has to be fruitful. And once again, that comes over time with sanctification. Because as I said, knowing Christ leads to sanctification and leads to change.